If you ask someone to describe GM construct in one word, they may use words such as eerie, otherworldly, unsettling, but I think the best word to describe it would probably be liminal. Before we start this video, we first need to understand what exactly is a liminal space. Well, a liminal space is a transitional or in-between space, either physical, psychological, or temporal, where one phase ends and another begins, often evoking feelings of eeriness, uncertainty, or transformation. Okay, but why is this relevant to the video? Well, the problem with GM construct is not the atmosphere. Even though the atmosphere has a childish, maybe like imaginary kind of feel, which is the same type of feel you would get from a liminal space, where all the grass is green and everything is perfect. But the thing that stands out the most is maybe the design of the map, because it looks like a place that should be filled with people, but it isn't. It's empty. It's just you, left all alone, by yourself. Now, speaking of design, this leads me on to my first little rant about GM construct. The dark room. Okay, but what actually is the dark room? Well, it's a giant empty space with almost no light, used for testing lighting and spooky map effects, just mods. If you ever want to like prank your friends, you can get horror mods and like throw them in there, block doors, whatever. I also wanted to point out that on the wall there's this Born poster. I'm not sure what the meaning of it is, but if you know, tell me in the comments below. But why is it creepy? Well, it's more of a human fear. See, humans may fear the dark for 3, maybe more reasons, but one of them being evolutionary roots. Now, something I learned recently was that fears could be passed down through ancestors. I have a fear of the ocean, so my kids' could also develop a fear of the ocean. So that could be a reason for the fear of the dark. Another reason to be scared of the dark would be the loss of senses. Darkness removes one of the senses, which is our sight, and that can be really unsettling. One of the last reasons we may be fearful of the dark is childhood experiences, like seeing something dark move in the corner of your eye. Maybe I'm the only person that ever experienced that, but that shit scared the fuck out of me as a kid. You know, when you see a little shadow guy walking about? Yeah, that scared the hell out of me. Okay, well, what's the problem? Just turn on a light. Well, Another thing that makes it creepy is because of how big the room is. The flashlight doesn't really help. You know, I mean, yeah, you can see a couple feet in front of you, but you can't see the whole room, and you never know if something's hiding in the corner. Now, is there really something inside the dark room? No, not really. A lot of the fear comes from community myths, such as an entity called Meaty. The legend says that one player, playing Gary's mod on Gym Construct, saw a strange entity upon entering the darkroom. This entity was said to look like a grey humanoid with multiple limbs. The player told his friends about this, however the friends didn't believe him. Now, obviously, the legend of Meaty is false. It is a fabricated creepypasta that seeks to scare the viewer. On top of that, players of Gmod have looked for Meaty, but no one has ever actually seen him. And I think what really made the darkroom so terrifying was how people made horror videos and ARGs surrounding it. Not just making it seem like a dark room, but make it seem like it was alive in a way that could make someone truly terrified. And what's worse is the emptiness and the darkness combined lets players imagine things are there, even if there's nothing. The darkroom is less about entities and monsters, it's more psychological horror, because one thing most humans fear is the dark. So what? That's it. That's the whole reason why GM Construct is so creepy. What, because the darkroom? Well, yeah. Because as I mentioned before, even though the map of GM Construct, apart from the darkroom, is unsettling, it's not creepy. It's just weird. But the darkroom sticks out like a sore thumb. It doesn't look like it should belong there. And it's such a huge part of the map as well, it's impossible to miss. When you ask someone to think about a spot in GM Construct, that might be one of the most common places for someone to think about. The big, dark, empty room with nothing in it.